I'm not here to give you doom and gloom about the climate crisis, nor am I here to say that everything will be okay if we sit back and do nothing. The truth is somewhere in between. If we implement climate action plans now in every community, we can stabilize this planet for our children and grandchildren. Today I'll lay out 3 traps that prevent a community from having a climate action plan. I'm GK Hunter, founder of Gen Unison. Many of us already know that we have until 2032 before we reach certain tipping points in nature that are the point of no return in global warming. But we're not there yet, and with coordinated effort with climate action plans, we can stabilize this planet in time. If you're new to climate action plans, please be sure to check out our other video called Climate Action Plan Definition. Now, normally when I talk about climate action plans and how we only have less than a decade left to do something about climate change, I normally get some pushback. So the following are reactions that I tend to get when I ask people to consider having a climate action plan for their community. The first one is they run from me as fast as they possibly can. They jump in their bed with a vat of ice cream and they binge watch streaming services. That's because they don't want to get involved, they want to avoid the problem, and it's just too scary to talk about it. If this is your go-to reaction, all I can do is recommend the best flavor of ice cream for the situation we're in right now, which would be Rocky Road. The second most frequent response I get when I talk to people about the 2032 deadline and why we need to have climate action plans in our communities is to fight with me on social media. In the past, it was climate denial, but now it's more of an argument that, yeah, climate change is here, but it's not as bad as you and the news are making it out to be. I look forward to seeing you guys later on social media after I post this video. The number 3 most popular reaction I get when we talk about that 2032 deadline is to blame the government. Oh, it's the government's fault. Oh, I didn't elect that person. Well, the truth is, most governments are not meeting their climate pledges. And even though most governments have really struggled to meet those deadlines that they set for themselves, there are governments out there that are doing exceptionally well, and they're leading by example. But don't get a big head about that, Iceland. But look, you can blame the government all you want. There's always red tape, there's always political infighting. But at the end of the day, the responsibility for protecting our children and grandchildren has always been our responsibility. We, everyday people of the community, are responsible for the children of our neighborhoods and our communities. Failure isn't an option. And so waiting around for the government to sort things out and finally cooperate with each other just isn't practical when you have a decade left to implement changes in your community. Now, if you haven't fallen into one of these 3 traps when talking about climate action in your community, then you're probably what I call a catalyst. Catalysts are the people who already know what their community needs. They're not waiting around for somebody else to take charge. They may or may not have a title in the government or in your community, but they clearly care about their neighborhood, and catalysts are often the ones who are writing the climate action plan. By stabilizing the planet, we give all of our children and grandchildren, who right now are dreaming about their future, the chance to make those dreams come true. And the people who are actively helping our children and grandchildren to make their dreams come true, our precious catalysts, are the ones who are a part of our climate action plans. Need to know more about climate action plans? Come to genunison.com. There you can find a mentor, learn more about climate action plans, and even put a team together in your community. Join the movement.